So, first of all, this is my first actual YouTube video, so bear with me while I stutter over my words. But anyways, the topic of today's video is living alone at 20 years old and how I'm able to afford it. So living on your own for the first time is one of those things that just seems completely impossible. There's just like this psychological barrier between you and your goal of moving out. It's like, I can't do this, I can't afford this, it's just impossible. But that's just not true. So I'm gonna be breaking down my expenses, how much I make, and everything in between. Okay, so let's start off with the most obvious expense of living on your own, which is rent and utilities. So currently I have 2 roommates, and I'm able to keep my rent pretty low because of that. So I spend about $300 per month with rent and utilities. So it's just $300 per month. That's how much my rent and utilities cost. I spend about $100 per month in car insurance. Actually, I spend $100 exactly per month on car insurance. I spend about $50 per month in gas because I don't really drive that much other than to work, and I'm very close to my work. I spend about $300, give or take $50 to $100 per month on food, and I have about $50 in subscriptions. And then for my phone, which I'm paying off, and my phone plan, I pay about $100 per month. So in total, I have roughly $900 in monthly expenses that are non-negotiable. I spend probably about closer to $1,000 per month. I try to keep my expenses low. I really don't spend on anything besides my bills that I have to spend on because I like to save my money. Okay, so how much am I actually making to be able to afford my cost of living? So right now I don't make the best money. I make $16 per hour part-time, close to 40 hours per week, but usually not 40 hours per week. My paychecks every other week usually range from $700 to $900. So on average, I make about $1,600 per month. So you can see already it really doesn't take that much to live frugally. Now, another big reason I'm able to keep my rent so low is because, well, as you can probably see, I live in the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. So it's not like I'm in some big city like New York or Philadelphia where I have to pay $1,200 for rent. It's not like that. So I guess that leads me into my next topic of wanting to leave this area. And again, this is my first YouTube video, so sorry if there's not really like a great correlation here, but I'm just kind of speaking what's on my mind. So I pay about $300 in rent to live in the middle of nowhere, and that's okay, that's cool. It allows me to save, but I don't want to be here forever. I mean, I've been here my entire life in the Susquehanna Valley of Pennsylvania, along the Susquehanna River. I've moved from Wilkes-Barre down to Sunbury, and I'm tired of living in this area. So I'm going to be giving myself a roughly 3-month goal to move to Philadelphia. I want to be close to New York City. I want to be in the big city in general, where there's more opportunity, there's more stuff to do, there's more money to be made, and just less small town drama, and there's just less small town people. So that's a goal of mine that I'm going to be doing. So basically, this is me documenting my journey from leaving my hometown all the way to the city. And I want to do that from start to finish. I don't want to be the guy, you always see those YouTube videos of I left my hometown, and then it's like, some freaking YouTuber moving into his big penthouse that his parents paid for, and it's like, I'm just not trying to do that. I'm not hating on those people. I mean, great for them. I'm glad they're living life. But I want to give the real authentic move of somebody from a small town with no safety net, small savings, a regular job, moving to the big city. That's what I want to do, and I want to document this process from start to finish, because why not? I mean, it'll show you guys that it's possible. It'll give me motivation to keep going, because once I post this online, there's no going back unless I want to be an absolute clown and just give up. Here's the plan. It is July 24th, and I want to leave by mid to late October because you can usually find cheaper apartments then. And I'm going to be telling you what I think my projected monthly expenses will be in Philadelphia and how much I need to make. So in Philadelphia, I expect to be getting a studio apartment because I'm going to be moving by myself. I'm not going to have roommates down there. Nobody wants to move with me, and I'm not moving in with random people. So I'm expecting to be moving into a studio, and I don't want to spend any more than $900 per month, and then say $100 for utilities. So about $1,000 just for living. My other expenses will stay about the same. I'm not sure about food. That might cost a little bit more being down near the city. But after my adjusted rent, I think my monthly expenses will be about $1,800. And you might be asking, like, well, how much do you need to make to pay for that? So I did the math, and $16 an hour full-time is the absolute bare minimum of what I need to be making after taxes. $17 to $18 per hour would be comfortable. I think I would get by on that very easily. And then if I could make 20 plus per hour, that would be absolutely great. But I am expecting to make in the $17 to $18 range when I first moved down there. I also just made a purchase, which I think this will help out with my expenses once I get down there. I purchased this e-bike, so I want to use that for DoorDash, and I'm thinking I'll be able to make, you know, $600 to $800 per month profit, not including taxes because you have to pay for your own taxes with DoorDash. But I think I'll be able to make about $600 to $800 per month with DoorDash, and then after taxes, I think that'd be like $400 to $600 profit. So I think that'll definitely help with my monthly expenses. I don't know. I just maybe I'm delusional, but I think I'm gonna make it work by myself. I don't really have a plan. I don't really know why I'm doing this. I just know I need to get out of this area, and I know there's more opportunity down there, and there's just more. The environment just aligns with my vision more than this small town, because I'm not blue collar, and I don't have a fancy job around here. So there's really nothing for me other than that. But yeah, that's pretty much the moral of the story. I am going to be moving to Philadelphia, and I already made one video called Accountability, and that was me posting a video saying, oh, I'm going to be moving to Philadelphia, and I'm posting this to hold myself accountable. Well, here's video number 2. This is kind of me just like actually getting into it and getting the ball rolling. So here we are. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I really don't have too much to say. Stay tuned for the video next week of where I'm at.